First of all, you can see the Xiaomi logo on the front of the product. All right, in this section, let's take a look at the hardware of the third generation Xiaomi box together. If we take a look at the ports, and the USB is still the same second generation one. First up, we have the Mi box itself. We'll go ahead and play a game like this. It has a lot of different games. Hey everyone, I'm Mansoor Abdolahi, and today we're back with another video featuring another gadget from Xiaomi, the Xiaomi Mi Box S, third generation. Alright, in previous videos we reviewed the first and second generations. Now we're moving on to the third generation to see what's changed, and whether it's worth buying or not, and overall how this device, which makes our TV smart, actually works. We put a lot of effort into these videos. Please support us with a like, comment, and by sharing the video with your friends. Oh, and we apologize for any extra noise you might hear. We're filming this in the store, and since it's near the street, there might be some background sound in the video. Let's get into the video. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this and see what's inside the packaging of the third generation Mi box. Well, first off, the packaging design is just like the others, and you can't really see much of a difference. The specs are written on the packaging. Third generation Mi Box S, and it supports 4K. It lists some features in this section, like the connection method and, well, the processor it has, the RAM, the 6th generation Wi-Fi, just some explanations. This is a really tight fit. It's not coming out. All right, let's see what's inside this packaging. First up, we have the Mi box itself. So this is the Mi box. We can see the Xiaomi logo on the device. We can see the ports on the back, and compared to previous generations, it's gotten lighter. Let's look inside the packaging to see what else we have. There's an adapter, just like in the previous series, a user manual, an HDMI cable, and a remote, which I can say, compared to the second generation version, hasn't changed at all. Let's go ahead and weigh this device. The device weighs only 92 grams, meaning Xiaomi managed to create a device like this at just 92 grams. Let's measure the Xiaomi Android box with a Xiaomi tape measure. Exactly 10 centimeters. It's a square, a 10 centimeter square. First of all, we can see the Xiaomi logo on the front of the product. The body is made entirely of plastic. You can see the indicator LED on the front, and the body itself has rounded edges, moving away from that previous square shape. If I show you the back, we can see the USB 2 port, an HDMI 2.1 port, and the port for the power adapter. In terms of weight, I can say it's become very, very light, and its dimensions are exactly the size of the palm of my hand. On the back of the product, we can see information about Xiaomi and the model. Now, if we take a look at the ports, you won't find a 3.5mm audio jack or a LAN port on this device. If we take a look at the remote, it's exactly like the second gen model. We can see the Xiaomi logo at the bottom. There are buttons for YouTube, Prime, and Netflix, and, well, you have the scrolling buttons, the button to activate the microphone for voice commands, and the power button. The remote is powered by 2 AAA batteries, and overall, it's a very simple and appealing remote. Alright, in this section, let's take a look at the hardware of the third generation Xiaomi box and see how it performs. First of all, I'll start with its processor, which is from Amlogic, and I can say that compared to the second generation, it's seen a 25% speed increase. If I were to review the graphics for you, I'd say it's the most significant part of this device's upgrade. It's from the company Mali, using the G310V2, which, according to Xiaomi itself, has seen a 133-fold increase. And you can really feel the difference in the animations and the user interface when you're working with it. Now for the storage. Its storage has increased by roughly 4 times. Previous versions had 8 gigs of storage. In this version, we get 32 gigabytes of storage. And if I were to review the device's Wi-Fi for you, the Wi-Fi has been upgraded to Wi-Fi 6, which, well, that itself can multiply your internet speed. Meaning, for example, if you use fiber optics, you can use this device much more easily. But in exchange, there's no LAN port on this device. The aux port has also been removed from this device. And if I were to review its RAM for you, The RAM hasn't been upgraded at all. It comes with the same 2 GB of RAM as before, which, well, for Android boxes, I can say that it's not that important, and you can use it just fine. And its USB port is still the same USB 2.0 that it was before. I don't know why Xiaomi didn't upgrade it to 3.0, especially since copying data is very valuable on this device, considering it has 32 gigs of storage. But overall, it's become very compact and much lighter than the previous generation. And as for the remote, if I were to review it for you, you won't see any changes on the remote either. So that was a general overview of the 3rd generation's hardware. Again, if I missed anything, please write it for us. And if you've used this device, be sure to leave your thoughts for us in the comments.
Alright, let's do the initial setup. Generally, setting up these Android boxes is really easy. For the initial setup, you basically just need a Google account and a high-speed Wi-Fi connection. Now, if you can manage to get an unfiltered internet connection, the initial setup will be even easier. Alright, let's move on and see if it asks for anything new. Okay, as you saw, the setup is complete, and now after the setup, it's asking if we want to keep it in parental mode for kids or not. We want the multiple profiles option, so we'll select that. We select it. Okay, as you can see, the setup is done. There is nothing special to it. And now you have full access to the Google TV system on this Android box, and you can install whatever you want. Now let's go ahead and install a few apps.
Alright, let's take a look at the user interface for the Android Box S. First of all, using the directional pad on the remote, you can navigate and make your selection. The first section is the home screen, which has a bunch of pre-installed apps like Netflix, Xiaomi TV Plus, and of course, apps like YouTube and others are all installed right on it. And you also have the gallery and Miracast right in this section. These are the default applications that Google TV itself has installed. The next section is the Apps tab, where you can see all of your applications. And since it's connected to the Play Store, you can easily search for any app you want right here and install it using your internet connection. Next up, you have the Library tab and then the Mi Home section. The search option is located at the top right, and if you were to change the language to Persian, it would move over to the opposite side. And then you have the settings. In settings, there's a sort of status bar that gives you options like screensaver, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, which you can turn on or off right from here. You can also see your notifications here. The next section is for the device's main settings, which I'll explain in general, just to give you some background that might help you with your purchase. The first option is display and sound, where you can set the resolution, choosing whether it's automatic or not, and whether it supports 4K. That's set from this menu. Then you have network and internet, and then the sections related to Android and applications. It's just like the settings on your phone, but this is the Android TV version. Overall, the user interface is very, very simple. In the next parts, we'll go ahead and test out various applications together. YouTube is one of the apps that gets a lot of use on this device. You just need to connect it to an open internet connection. Of course, right now I'm sharing my laptop's internet for this, and you can do the same thing very easily with your laptop or your phone and get connected. Then you just need to go into YouTube and, well, watch the video you want. It's 4K and it fully supports 4K. You can very easily go into the settings and even watch your video in 4K. Overall, using YouTube on this is very easy, because the Android TV version of YouTube is really well optimized and designed. And like I said, it's very easy. You can easily watch either shorts or, long form videos. Alright, to install apps like Filimo or Namava, you'll need to get the Android TV version from their website, since it might not be available in the Play Store. All you need to do is connect it to the USB port itself. Alright, as you can see, it's detected my flash drive, which is named Mansoor. I'll select the USB option. The file manager opens up, showing all of my files, and for example, I have the Namava app right here. I'll click on it, and it's going to ask for some information, where I'll need to grant it permissions. And I can turn on that permission right here. I'll enable the permission, and go back in so I can proceed with the installation. It's exactly like the file manager on our phones, where you have to grant installation permissions the first time. As you can see, the app, like Namava, is installed, and it will be added to your list of applications. Now, to watch a video, all you have to do is click on it, and for instance, select the preview or just play the video. Okay, for installing software, all you have to do is go into the application section. Then, for the application you want, you can either use voice commands or just use the search bar to perform a search. For instance, I just searched for web and it brings up a whole bunch of web browsers. You can just click on any browser you want and install it very easily. It's exactly the same way you'd install from the Play Store on your phone. You can install apps on this device too. So, as a demonstration, we'll install one for you now so you can see how software installation works on it. Of course, in the previous section, we'd also talked about installing Iranian software. Okay, we'll hit the open button and just like that, we now have a browser on our Android box, and we can. Okay, for example, let's go to the Better Scala website, which is where you're supposed to do your shopping. See, the mouse cursor just appeared for us. This is a browser, for instance. We'll go to baruscala.com. Do your shopping with us. We put a lot of effort into these videos. And there's my face right on the screen. And we can easily, browse through the items. A lot of people also ask us about gaming on Android boxes. You see, with Android boxes, you can install very basic games. I mean, there are game versions, but it can't run games for you at the level of a gaming console. But anyway, you can easily install Android games on it. You just go into the Play Store, hit the install button, and you can install the game just like a normal installation. Of course, some gamepads also support Android, and you can easily connect them to these Android boxes and play games like racing or soccer-style games that are released for Android boxes with them. For example, this gamepad, as you can see, it's indicated on it that it also supports Android. It connects to your Android box via the USB port, and then you can play games using the gamepad. Now, for example, this game is installed, and we'll do a test of this game so you can see. It's currently demonstrating and providing us with a helpful step-by-step tutorial on exactly how the game works and what we need to do. It started. We're playing the game like this. It has a lot of different games. We'll press Do Not Consent.
It's very exciting.
Another feature of Android boxes is Miracast. To do this, we'll open Miracast. We'll go into our phone settings. Many phones have a feature called Smart View, or you can use third-party applications. An option called Xiaomi TV Box will appear, and we'll press the Start Now button. And then exactly what's on our phone screen will be displayed on the Android box. Alright, we've reached the end of the video. You've seen all the features of this device. Now, let's see if it's worth buying or not. In my opinion, it's definitely worth buying. First off, its Wi-Fi generation has seen a big upgrade. It supports HDR10. The processor is much more powerful, and it has a lot more internal storage, and the price difference compared to the previous generation is very small. So it's only logical to buy the third generation. We work really hard on these videos, so please support us. Like, comment, and share the video with your friends. Goodbye!